Hello? Hello? What the fuck am I doing? I realize my mouth isn't in the direction of the mic, but hopefully it sounds good, because I ain't fixing it. Hello everyone. Welcome back. You might be wondering where I've been the past 5 months. That doesn't matter right now. What does matter is I saw The Last Jedi a couple days ago, actually. It seems like the Last Jedi has been getting a lot of not negative feedback, a lot of mixed feedback. Some people say that it's really terrible and it ruins Star Wars. Those people are exaggerating quite a bit. It doesn't ruin Star Wars. Other people say that they loved it and it's their newest favorite Star Wars movie. These people will love anything they watch. And they over-exaggerate what they love. The question here is, what do I think? And what is the movie actually? First off, the film The Last Jedi, it's not bad. It's not a bad movie. It's not as forgettable and as pointless as Rogue One was. And it's not as safe as Force Awakens is. But there are a few things in the film that are odd. It's kind of hard to talk about this film without spoiling it, but I'll try. If I could sum up this movie with one word, it would be unfocused. This movie seems it's not a total mess, but it's very unfocused and disjointed, it seems. The three biggest problems for me with this movie is the four main characters: Poe, Finn, Rey, and Kylo. Out of all of those characters, only two of them are actually doing something that's important. Rey and Kylo, I actually really liked in the movie. I thought they had stuff to do that was actually important. Every time they showed up, I was entertained. I was intrigued. Poe didn't do anything in this fucking movie. He did something in the beginning of the movie, but the rest of the movie, he spends the majority of the movie doing pretty much nothing except be moany, whine a little bit, and that's about it. Finn teams up with a new character named Rose. Both of them pretty much do nothing worthwhile. They go to this one planet, which is like a casino planet. Nothing they do there has anything to do with anything. It's just a complete waste of 20 or 30 minutes in this fucking movie. That's the first problem with this movie. Out of the four main characters, only two of them are worth watching. And now this movie has 5 new characters because Rose is a new character. So really, 2 out of 5 characters are actually doing something cool. Everyone else is either doing nothing or just doing something that's wasting your time. Princess Leia also doesn't do anything in this movie. Literally. She spends the majority of this movie unconscious. So yeah, if you love Carrie Fisher, you're gonna be disappointed with this movie. Let's talk about Rey and Luke Skywalker, because the reason you want to watch this movie is to see Luke train Rey, because you want to see that, you know. Luke was in literally one scene and didn't say anything in Force Awakens. So let's see him do some shit in this movie. However, Luke's characterization in this movie is a bit what's the word? Controversial, I guess. Some people think the way Luke was handled in this movie was very out of character, and to an extent it kind of is, but they do give an excuse on how he is in the movie. And how he is in the movie is he's like a depressed hermit who completely just gave up on the Jedi Order. I actually like that for once, to be honest. It's something different, I'll give it that. Rey gets taught by Luke. And I would love to say that all of that was interesting, but it really wasn't. Luke didn't really train Rey that much. Initially he says that she needs to learn 3 lessons. 3 lessons. She blazed through the first lesson. I completely forgot what the second lesson was, and I don't even think there was a third lesson. So she trained with Luke. There wasn't really that much training going on, and it didn't seem like she learned anything. Another problem with this movie is this movie seems like it purposely went out to destroy everyone's expectations, which can be a good thing or a bad thing to some people. I think it's kind of bad, to be honest. Because while Force Awakens was a carbon copy of New Hope, it had a little bit of mystery in there. You know, who are Rey's parents? Who is fucking Snoke? What's Luke been doing the past fucking 15 years? Mystery, you know? Unfortunately, we do learn who Rey's parents are. Rey's parents are literally no one. They're no one. And if you think that's a spoiler, sure, I guess it's a spoiler, but it's really nothing, to be honest. There's no payoff to finding out who her parents are. It's literally just hand waved. It's like, oh, whatever. Parents were fucking no one. Supreme Leader Snoke also turns out to be no one. He's just some guy who is the leader of the First Order. He was cool. I'll give him that. I do like that, actually. I like that Snoke wasn't anyone. He was just a completely new character. I know some people had theory. There's that fan theory that he was Darth Plagueis the Wise. And while I guess that is an interesting theory, but if he was Darth Plagueis, why would that matter? What payoff would we see from that? Because the only characters that know of Darth Plagueis is Palpatine and Anakin. And they're fucking dead. So if we had a scene where Snoke just said, like, I am Darth Plagueis, Rey would be like, who the fuck is that? It wouldn't matter at all if he was Darth Plagueis or not. Another problem with this movie. The movie takes place about around the same time. It seems like the film takes place directly after Force Awakens, which is something I'm not a fan of at all. Because the big threat, the big story in this movie it seems like it's very inconsequential. Nothing really important or big happens in this movie, other than everything that happens with Rey and Kylo and Luke. The whole film, all the rebels are being chased by Snoke and his fleet, and that's it. That's just the entire movie. They're being chased by Snoke and his fleet, and that's it. They don't travel to different other planets or anything. It's just that they're just being chased. There's nothing really that exciting happening in the movie they go to the casino planet, but like I said, the casino planet was a complete waste. This isn't a bad movie, by any means, but it's not a good Star Wars movie. It's not messy. It's very messy. It's very unfocused. It seems like Rian Johnson, what he was trying to do was to completely subvert everyone's expectations, but at the same time, he had no idea what to do with the story and characters. So he just kind of winged it. The movie's also a bit too long. Like, the movie's like 20 minutes too long. The best thing I can say about this movie is that now I have no idea what the fuck they're going to do with Episode 9. And I'm actually glad. I'm actually glad about that. Because I'm curious to see what they do. Out of 1 through 10, what would I give it? Probably a 6. I'll give it a 6. Is it worth watching? Yes. Absolutely it's worth watching. It's more worth watching than Rogue One. Rogue One's also not bad either. It's just completely fucking unnecessary. Overall, Last Jedi is not a bad movie, but it's fucking weird and flawed as all hell. It's not as flawed as the prequels. Ain't as bad as that, but man, it is the worst of the Disney Star Wars movies. I'll say that. And with that, I conclude this video. I'll see you guys next time, which hopefully won't be 5 months.